Auran Shereef Show, episode 2. Today's talk is going to be around stop working on the weekends. Just stop working on the weekends. I was messaging some friends today and asking, do you guys want to do something this weekend? You want to hang out? And 9 out of 10 people's response was, can't. I'm working on the weekends. And it makes me think, what were you guys doing during the week that you couldn't finish and now you have to do it on the weekends? Now, this talk isn't to blame people. It's just, do you ever think about, are you being as effective and productive as you can during the weekdays? Like on Monday morning, and you work the whole day Monday, and then did you accomplish everything? Have you ever noticed your week passes by and you still have work on the weekends? Now, the reason I can talk about this, with authority is I had a heart attack, everybody, 2 years ago because of this problem of what everyone is doing, working on the weekends. That's not what the weekends are for. The weekends should be for relaxing, enjoying time with family and friends. There has to be a point where you stop working so much and you enjoy your life. Life is very short. Take it from me. After my heart attack, what do you think I did? Do you think I worked on the weekends? Do you think I worked every day? After my event, I sat in Shady Grove Hospital for a month, I think, in recovery, just lying on that hospital bed, staring at the ceiling, looking at the nurses, praying that I'm going to fully recover. And the last thing I thought was, when I recover from my heart attack, I'm going to work on the weekends. Yeah, I don't do that anymore. That's over. That's dead and gone years ago. I don't work on the weekends anymore. And I have a much better, fulfilling life. Ty Lopez taught me the 4 pillars of happiness of life. Health is number 1, wealth is number 2, happiness is number 3, and love is number 4. I mean, it might be in a different order. Health, wealth, love, happiness, he says it. Number 5, I would say, is like your ultimate dream, your goal. That's you pursuing that. If you pursue your ultimate goal and dream, I think you get all this stuff anyways. So let's talk about number 1, health is wealth. If you don't have the health, you can't do anything. You can't accomplish anything. When I was sitting in the hospital bed after they put this stent in my heart, what can I do? Nothing. I literally was told by the doctors and surgeons, do not do anything. Just lie here and recover. Don't work and don't do anything. At the time, I had a business partner that was helping me run real estate. I had a property manager, and I told everyone what happened, and they just took over my business for me, which was very helpful. If you don't have that set up in your business, I highly recommend set that up. If something happens to you, who can run your business or your product or service? If it's just you, guess what? You don't have a business. You're kind of stuck in the solopreneur thing, and you're running everything yourself, which is 90% of people. So to correct that, you need to hire someone else just in case something happens to you, like what happened to me. So point of the talk is you have to stop working on the weekends. 5, 6 o'clock on Friday afternoon, you have to stop and meet up with some friends or something. It's not healthy doing this every weekend for months and months and years. And this hustle culture that was built by the internet, entrepreneurship, social media. I don't want to say Gary Vee. I love Gary Vee, but you don't need to do that. You don't need to do what he did, working in the liquor store nonstop, no weekends. That you don't need to do that. You can relax into wealth, is what Bob told me. Relax into wealth. You have to have balance. The work is important, but if every weekend you're nonstop working, then what is your life? Your life is just your work. Some people love their work. but you can still become rich and successful by having balance. I have a lot of friends who are very wealthy, actually, and a lot of them barely work, actually. And Bob even told me this. He's like, some of the wealthiest people, they don't actually work that much. They have enough time to just, you know, enjoy their life and their family and their freedom. That's the whole point, by the way, everybody, of working so much. The whole point is so you have freedom not to work and have time off to do whatever you want. Like this weekend, I'm not working on anything. I don't want to work on anything. I accomplished all my stuff during the week, and on the weekend I want to do something else. So that's not right or fair to me or to you that you're stuck working all the time. Now, if you're starting off and you're like really, you're struggling financially, then working on the weekend, you need to get out of that. If you can't pay your basic bills or you have food to eat, then probably working on the weekends might be a good idea for you because you're really trying to hurry up and catch up to at least a base level, being able to eat food and have a roof over your head. I understand that. I've been through that. But if you get to the second stage where you have a little bit of money, you got to have that balance of, being able to take time to relax on the weekends. So that's what I want to talk about. This is an epidemic going around, I think, the whole world, where everyone is too busy to actually connect and be with another person and just enjoy your time. Message one of your old friends. Message that one friend that's been asking you, let's go hang out, let's go do something, and stop responding to them and saying, I can't hang out with you, I'm working. In 10 or 20 years, you'll realize your whole life passed by you and all you did was just work for money. And what did it get you? A nicer car, a bigger house? Kind of missed the whole point of your life. And I'm telling you from someone who's died and came back to life, that wasn't the point. After my heart attack, I wasn't thinking about, man, I should have done that one report on Friday or Saturday. I wish I made that extra $100 or $1,000. Nope. What I thought about during my heart thing was the people in my life, the connections, my family, my friends. All I wanted more than anything was to see these people one more time. I didn't care if it was $1,000, $1 million. I just wanted to see my family and friends one more time. The work didn't matter at all. It was actually completely irrelevant. When you're on your last day of your life, on the edge of death, was what I experienced. So, take it from me, who's come back from death and beat it and came back to life. Take my experience and use it. Don't end up like me, working yourself to death, literally killing yourself. That's not how to live. That's not the right way to live. I think a lot of people right now are kind of living incorrectly. And I think you're listening to the misinformation of social media with everybody with these nice, you post your best life on Instagram, but you don't post what happens the day to day. Like I have this show that came out called Auran Unplugged, which shows my day to day, what I'm doing every day, like kind of the grind, but I don't like that term grind. I'm not grinding every day. It doesn't feel like a grind. I'm just waking up and living what I want to do. There was a period of my life where I was grinding the day-to-day jobs, paycheck to paycheck. But how did I get out of that? How did I go from paycheck to paycheck to living my dream and being able to do what I want on the weekends and every day? Interesting. It was really just 5 things. Number 1, the desire backed by faith and commitment and persistence to achieve my dream. Number 2, an object of definite purpose. I really knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to get out of my job and start my tech company Connects, which I did when I was 26 after meeting Bob. And number 3, having a group of supportive friends and mentors to help encourage and guide you to get to the next level. That was very important. Without that third piece, the mentors, I would have never reached my goals. Because you don't have anybody helping you. There's nobody encouraging you to do anything. I've noticed most of the time, I'm that person to everybody. Everyone contacts me, Auran Shereef, to help you. And if you need someone to help you, contact me, Auran Shereef at auranShereef.com or on Instagram at Auran Shereef. And my team will DM you or reach out to you. If you don't have that one friend or person that's pushing you to do your dreams, reach out to me. I'll be your mentor. I'll help you. And the reason isn't help you because I need money from you. It's because somebody helped me. Bob Proctor helped me at 26. He helped me reach my goals and my dreams. So since somebody helped me, I want to help other people. You know, he taught me early on, it's not about me, it's about we. So the whole point of what he was trying to say is, you know, we're all in this together, community. We have to work together and stop competing with each other and create. Have more creation of your ideas and create, opportunities to be together with other people to create more products and services. The more you continuously compete with others, the more you'll lose. It's really about creating and working together with people. But if you're never with anybody and you're constantly working alone, guess what? You're stuck in a cycle, a loop. It's just a continuous loop of you're stuck in this financial rut. Believe it or not, the way to break free is actually just simply to connect with other people and go to events, go to masterminds, find a mentor like me. If you're listening to this and you like this audio, DM me. Look me up on Instagram right now while you're listening to this, at Auran Shereef. Send me a DM and say, hey, I was listening to your stop working on the weekend audio and I agree with you and I need help. I need help to stop doing what I'm doing and make a jump in my life. You know, you don't need to say you're stuck, but, you know, I know if you're stuck or not, if you're reaching out to me, and I'm not judging you, but I can help you. My team can help you. So don't be afraid to send me a message. I'm very responsive, and I have a marketing team that'll message you on Instagram as soon as you send me. It's actually automated. And once you get in my network, you know, I can help increase your wealth, your income, and your life. Just like how Bob did that for me. I was essentially broke, living paycheck to paycheck. It's funny, I actually was making a very high income, around $100,000 a year as an engineer. But my bills, I had more bills than I had income, so I was negative pretty much every month. Strange, making $100,000 a year, and I owed like $200,000 in bills, student debt, etc. And every month I never had enough money. I figured once you got a 6-figure salary, I'll be fine, but that's not enough. That's not enough in this day and age. You gotta make more. You know, if you ever want to hit that magic number of 1 million, you need to make 1 million look small. I would divide $1 million by 12 months, divide it by 30 and divide it by 4 weeks. And then every day you'll see it's just you need to make a few $1,000s per day. What do you need to do to make a few grand per day? Sell online courses, provide services, maybe start that business you want to do. There's definitely a way. I learned a long time ago, there's thousands of ways to make an income without a 9-to-5 job, like a paycheck. There's quite a few ways. I'm doing that right now. But I started with a paycheck. Everybody starts with a paycheck. That's how you get started. But if you continue with just paychecks for the rest of your life, I don't think you actually get the chance to grow. The trick is to start with a paycheck and then have something on the side that builds up. You know, something that's building up on the side. What I did with my paychecks when I was working at NASA, is I took my paycheck and then I split it like 8 ways and I gave it to my developers and my team to build my app Connects. Like, I don't know how much my paychecks were bi-weekly, maybe 2,500, maybe 2,000, but I gave all of it away to my whole team. And then I just lived very minimalist life. I was on campus in college. I would eat at the dining hall in the cafeteria buffet. Probably didn't help with my heart disease. We'll see. I was focusing so much on wealth, I forgot to take care of my health. And I don't want that to happen to you guys. So make sure you have balance. Go to the gym, work out, and eat healthy. Look up my interview I had on with Dr. Esselstyn. You just type in Auran Netflix on YouTube and watch my full interview. We go into the plant-based diet and how it can heal and reverse your heart disease completely. Him, Dean Ornish, Dr. Barnard, I interviewed all these guys about heart disease and how to reverse it, which I'm in the middle of doing. Still have, I think, 20 to 30% plaque in my artery, but in the next 2-3 years, it'll be to 0. And I'll get a CTA angiogram and it'll show 0% plaque. So I think mind is very powerful. I think you can literally heal yourself and also bring yourself into wealth if you really concentrate and focus on it. It's just, I really didn't know the steps to richness and success until I met Bob and he taught me like one-on-one how to think. He really taught me how to think. I was at an event yesterday and someone asked me, like, what did Bob teach you that got you successful? Like, what was it? And it wasn't just one thing. It's many things. I mean, I studied with him for years, 4 or 5 years maybe before he passed away. And I was telling this friend of mine that, I actually condensed everything I learned into one of my books. I published 7 books. And one of the books I published was Connect's Guide to Success. It's called Connect's Guide to Success, and you spell it Konnex, Guide to Success. You can find that on Amazon. You can just type that in Google. Type my full name in, Auran Shereef, Aurangzeb. That's my full name, Aurangzeb. I was named after one of the Mughal emperors in India, I think. My parents had high hopes for me, but I just go by Auran Shereef. It's easier for pronunciation and for my branding and stuff like that. So just type in Connect's Guide to Success and my full name, Aurangzeb Shereef. You should see the book that I published, my first book out of 7. And that's a condensed version of what did I learn from Bob Proctor? What's the most important stuff? It's only 6 chapters, but it's very powerful, tips, tools, and techniques on how to become successful. It's everything I learned from Bob packed into one book. And it's not even a book format like you think it is. It's more like a big magazine, actually. It's full of color and pictures. I've had children buy it, adults buy it. I highly recommend it, and I'm not telling you to try to sell you my books. I continuously get asked, what did you learn from Bob? And I just condensed it into one book, so you can just read the whole thing. The other books I published was Master the Art of Networking, how to network with the top people in the world, how I was able to get into these circles, these upscale rooms. And then I did some journals, some goal achieving journal, gratitude journal, and a few other things I published. But getting into the right room is also a key way to skip the ladders of success. You just need to simply be in the exact room with people who are millionaires and billionaires. These rooms are not hard to find. Most of these successful people, they're typically putting on events, like growth events, like Grant Cardone's 10X, Bob Proctor's seminars. I just paid for the event. I bought the ticket, sat in the room, and I met all the people. I met all the other people willing to learn. You're not going to meet these people at your office next to you. Your coworker probably doesn't know this stuff. Your boss is not going to tell you to go to a seminar to learn about personal development. They'll probably tell you it's a scam. So don't think like that. Be more optimistic. Have your mind more open to ideas and opportunities to flow in. That's what I did. I stopped being so skeptical. I'm like, you know what? Let me just give this a chance. I've been stuck paycheck to paycheck. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. What can I do to get to the next level? And I figured, why don't I just change my thinking? It must be my thinking that keeps holding me back. And I was right. It was my thinking. And your thinking right now has got you where you are. Everything you have in your life, your income, your family, your friends, is all a result of your inner mind, your thinking. Whatever you're thinking about, you become. It's just like in that famous audio tape by Earl Nightingale, The Strangest Secret to Success. He asked that famous doctor, Dr. Schweitzer, what is the problem with, men and women today? What's the problem with them? And the famous doctor said, men simply don't think. They don't think. Now you think you're thinking like mental activity, like you're thinking about your dishes, your laundry, you have to go to work. That's not real thinking. I'm talking about deep thinking, or you stop what you're doing. You relax on a chair or on a bench somewhere and you start to dream and you think, what am I doing with my life? What am I doing? What's happening right now? And it's funny, Bob Proctor would tell me, most people would rather die than actually think about what they want to do. Thinking is a hard thing to do. Actually thinking about your goals and your dreams. How often do you think you actually think about your goals and dreams? Not often. You're probably just in the motion of waking up, go to work, go get food, eat dinner, watch Netflix, go to sleep. You're kind of in a program. Bob called it a paradigm, where you're just kind of stuck in this pre-programmed cycle where you just repeat every day, and then you're at the end of your life and you realize you've just been on a machine cycle. Called that the paradigm. And the only way to replace a paradigm and to fix that is to have a different idea. Bob called it a why idea. Basically an idea so big that it scares you. And you replace your current X idea, which is your current job, with the Y idea, which would be start the business, go for your dreams. Like that would scare you in your body. That's probably what you should do. You should do the thing that scares you. That's what I did. I didn't want to quit my job and leave and start a tech company. That's very risky. But with Bob's help and his encouragement, his teachings, I went for it. 26, I left my job as an engineer and I started my tech company and never looked back. There was plenty of hurdles and jumps, but the whole point of it was for me to grow. Bob says this famously, goals are not meant for you to achieve only. They're also meant for you to grow, because you grow into a new person. I'm definitely not the same person I was in my 20s when I was in college. I'm a completely different human being. A much wiser, smarter, better entrepreneur than I was before. It's the whole point. Every year you're supposed to grow. And having these concrete goals written down on my goal cards. Bob talks about the concept of goal cards, a card that you carry with you in your pocket or your purse, and you write down in present tense what you want to achieve. So for example, you'll say something like, I am so happy and grateful now that I'm running this business. I help people all over the world with my product or service, and I earn this certain dollar amount per month or per year, and I achieve it by this certain date, like December 31st, 2025, because a goal without a date is just a dream. You're not turning it into reality. So that power of the goal card is very important. I believe I made a YouTube video about power of setting goals. If you just look up, goal setting, Auran Shereef. You should find that online. But yeah, setting my goal, writing it down on a card, reading it every day, listening to Sandy Gallagher's Visioneering. Sandy Gallagher was Bob's business partner. She was a corporate securities attorney, and she attended a seminar with Bob Proctor one day and became his business partner. Her goal was to become his business partner, and she did that. And they formed the Proctor Gallagher Institute, of success to teach people what they know. And she's got a very good video about visioneering, or you kind of vision your goal specifically. And I probably will do a video about this too, to be more specific with my input. I'm probably going to call it Auran Shereef Visioneering, how to envision your goals. I think that'd be very important. But she talks about the power of manifestation and, using this technique to basically listen to your goal on your phone. You record audio, you keep it on a piece of paper. It's really powerful stuff. You're really just constantly focused on your goal, what you're trying to accomplish. You read it, you look at it, you listen to the audio. It's very powerful stuff. And if you do this every single day, you're going to move closer towards your goal, your object of desire, what you want. That's what Bob taught me to do. When I met him, I started doing this technique, and every goal and thing I wanted, I started achieving quickly. It didn't even take that long. So he was, right with the 80 plus years of teaching he had, the visioneering, manifestation, affirmations. It works. All of it works. If you really believe in it, it worked for me. It could work for you. I could show you how to do it. If you reach out to me, we'll explain the whole process. Really, the whole reason you're probably still listening to this is you want to learn from me. Well, what did I do to become successful? What did I learn from all these people? I mean, I must have paid Bob Proctor hundreds and thousands of dollars in the total time that I learned from him, and well over millions of dollars I've spent in my lifetime in personal development. And that means books, courses, attending conferences, flying to different places to meet people. So I've spent quite a bit of money just trying to improve myself and my mind. And that's the best investment right there on yourself. Warren Buffett even talks about it. As he said the best investment he made was in himself. I believe he took a public speaking course by Dale Carnegie or something like that, and it helped him a lot. So highly recommend investing in yourself. And if that means attending a seminar, buying a book or course, you should do it. Buying my book, my courses, my seminars. I'm teaching this for a reason. Somebody helped me win at life, and now I'm telling everyone, how I accomplished it. And I formatted that into audio books, courses, seminars. And the thing is, people are very skeptical about learning from someone successful. I'm not sure why. Like, did you learn to make $1 million from your college professor in econ or statistics? I didn't. I had many years of schooling. I went to elementary school, middle school, high school, college, got my engineering degree, but no one ever talked about money. None of my professors were like multimillionaires. They're just, you learn from the matrix, from the paradigm, how to get a job and make money. So how in the world is any of your teachers or people going to tell you to make $1 million if they've never done it? So you have to find an outside source. And yeah, believe it or not, a lot of these people on the internet, YouTube celebrities and, YouTube people that have made a lot of money, yeah, they try to tell you this is how I did it. But you have to be open and willing to listen. You have to be receptive of the ideas of wealth. And because of your programming, your parents and your friends, they keep telling you, don't listen to these people. They're all scamming you. They're lying to you. And really, you're actually just lying to yourself, because the best version of yourself is out there waiting for you to take that jump, take that leap of faith, go for your dreams, shoot for the stars. But you're scared. You don't want to do it. It's too scary. You don't want to take the risk. And your friends and your current group of people around you might be holding you back, telling you you don't need that. You don't need to do all that. Just stay in your job. Stay in your job. Don't do anything else. And because of that group of people you might have around you, maybe that's one of the reasons you don't want to do it. That's why it's very important, of critical importance, to connect with people like me and my friends and people, that are successful. Listen to those people who've won it. Look at their results. Look at my results. A good way to find a mentor is to look at the results of the mentor. When I was looking up Bob Proctor, I could tell he's clearly successful. He's mentored and coached, millions of people. He's got books. He does conferences every day. And, I could tell very, very quickly this guy knows what he's talking about. And very famously in his videos, he'll say, I know what I'm talking about. If you find out I'm lying, you don't need to work with me. But he says, I do know what I'm talking about and I'm not lying. And he's right. He was right about every single thing that came out of his mouth. He was right when I listened to him about goals, about, not accomplishing what I want. He put it in such an interesting way. I highly recommend to go back and watch him. He's already passed away, so it's not like I'm telling you for him to make a bunch of money. Maybe his legacy and his company, but he made such a big impact on me, that I still talk about him to this day. So what I recommend is to look for those mentors, think about your goals and dreams, and like I said at the beginning of this talk, stop working on the weekends. Just stop it. Stop working so much on the weekends. I think you should work during the week, but when it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just stop working and enjoy your time with friends and family, That's the most important thing at the end of the day. When you get towards the end of your life, you're not going to think about all the work you did. You'll think about those people that you affected, the change you made in everyone's lives, and, the impact you made with people. That's what I'm doing. I think about how can I help people and change their lives and make people's lives better, just like Bob did for me. So that's what I recommend. Stop working so much on the weekend. Take time to think about your dreams and goals and, have a balance in your life. If you guys like this show, this format, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. If you look at my video right here, you'll see a picture of me, the number of views, and I believe my channel. Right below that is a thumbs up button. Go ahead right now and click that button. Click that thumbs up button. And right there, it says a comment box. Type something in the comment box and say, great show, great podcast, great content. Write something. Ask a question. Maybe say something like, yeah, I work too much on the weekends, or would love to work with you. Write something in the comment box. Do it right now. Stop listening to me and write down something in that comment box and say, I really enjoyed this. I want to make a change in my life. I really want to learn something. And write it right now in that comment box. I'll read it. My team will read it. We'll reach out to you. We'll help you. We'll help you achieve your goals and your dreams. Somebody helped me. I can help you. That's kind of my purpose in my life. I think I found my purpose is to help other people achieve their goals and dreams. I was able to do my goal and dream. I'd love to watch you accomplish yours. I genuinely and truly care about your goals and your dreams, and I want to see you win. It's not about me winning. It's about you winning. That's what Bob taught me, and he said that to me all the time. It's not about me. He would say, it's don't worry about me. It's about you. I'm just here to open your eyes and make you more aware of what you're supposed to accomplish and what you deserve in your life, your ultimate destiny. So write a comment, like, subscribe for the next show we're coming out. Connect with me, find me, meet me, shake my hand, learn from me. I don't know how long I'll be here on this world, but, connect with me. If you need me as your mentor, you want me to mentor you, I've got many programs. I have group coaching, I have group mentorship, I have one-on-one mentorship. Mentors changed my life. Literally, I got rich and successful because of mentors and the people I surrounded myself with. So if I'm that person for you, DM me, comment, talk to me. Don't be afraid to reach out to people you look up to. You know, meet the people you want to meet in your life. You only have one shot at this, at life, and then it's over. I know I've technically had two shots at life, surviving two different deaths, my motorcycle accident when I was 26 and the heart attack. You know, this is my third shot at life. So take shots when you see them. Bob would tell me there's many times in life you're at the right place at the right time, but you have to be aware that that's the moment. Like, this is it. This is the moment. This is your time. So don't let opportunity in life slip away from you. Every day you choose not to pursue your dreams is one more day you're robbing yourself from your future. So your future self is going to thank you for reaching out to me, finding mentors, and doing what you really want to do. So hopefully you guys found this helpful. Stay tuned for more. Again, comment, like, subscribe, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.